Howdy. Y'all ready to gag? Tonight we'll be riding the Owl Hoot Trail in a game called Frontier Scum. But before we get to that, we're going to spice things up a little bit with a rootin' tootin' game of highfalutin trivia. I know. So everyone gets an ace at the start of the session, but we're getting towards the climax here, and we want to raise the stakes. So I'm going to ask everyone a question about a Western film, and if you get it right, you get an extra ace to start the session with. Melissa,
oh dear,
we're going to start with you because you're always in the hot seat in this game.
I am.
All right. Kevin Costner nabbed 2 Oscar wins for his work on this Western, and it was only the second Western to ever win Best Picture.
I don't know.
You don't get to call a friend, unfortunately. So what's your best guess?
I literally have no idea. I'm just going to say Tombstone because it's a name that came to my head. I know it's wrong, but I'm just going to I know. It's just the only word that came in real lives.
It's in Wyatt Earp, which is the lesser. Yeah.
All right. So the correct answer was Dances with Wolves.
God damn it. It should have come to me. Should have kind of kept going.
No.
I had that one.
We have so these questions that are chosen for everyone. I've got another easy one for you, Jeff. 2 years later, Clint Eastwood won the same 2 Oscar categories for his work on this
Unforgiven.
Western. And it became... Can I finish my question?
Sorry. Go ahead.
It became the 3rd and as of now final traditional Western to win the Oscar for Best Picture.
Unforgiven.
It's Unforgiven. Take your second ace.
There we go. Hell yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, we are missing Aaron tonight, but I do have a question for him. So we're going to put it to the audience. So everyone, put it in the chat, or if you're watching this on YouTube, post a little comment with the answer. Gary Cooper won his 2nd Best Actor Oscar for starring in this Western. And fun fact, the film's plot unfolds in real time. So if you know it, go ahead and put it in chat, and if you or as a comment on YouTube. Moving right along. You don't get to guess again, Jeff.
Can I get another ace if I get it? Because I know this one too.
No. Because YouTube people can't hear the answer, so they can play along.
That's right.
So
you're right. Sorry, I totally forgot. Okay.
All right, Derek. This Western was the film that finally earned Leonardo DiCaprio his first Best Actor win after 5 nominations. The film is still considered to be a Western, despite the plot being set several decades before the era of traditional Westerns.
Oh dear.
Recent. I
know the meme photo from it. He's holding a shot of alcohol and laughing. So we're gonna call it.
No, that's a different one.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I have no idea.
What
is Django?
No, unfortunately, the correct answer was The Revenant.
Oh, that's the one where he gets attacked by a bear.
I knew it. I want to get all the aces. I could have gotten Melissa's ace. I could have gotten Derek's ace. Could have gotten Aaron's ace.
I'd know.
This is just favoritism towards Jeff and his rot gut, so that he gets out alive.
It's okay. I got Google open on the side. I'm ready.
I just know. Oh, there you go.
I thought DiCaprio might be the one that you would get. I'm sorry. I did try to give you.
I have seen The Revenant.
You did know Django, though. I mean, you did know Django, which is in the ballpark. Yeah.
That one's a Western compared to the meme you were talking about, which
it's got DiCaprio in it, so all that's fair. Yeah. I mean, this is a reasonable guess.
All right, Kipser, starring Johnny Depp. This is the only Western to win the Oscar for Best Animated Film. The film is set in modern day, but takes inspiration from a variety of acid and spaghetti Westerns.
It's not you. Oh God. Well, I would have gotten it wrong because I would have said Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Jeff is very upset, but apparently it is Dead Man.
No, that is an acid Western starring Johnny Depp.
Yes, of course. I said it.
You missed the animated part. It's animated.
Oh, animated. Hold on. Let me add that in.
And it rhymes with a word that's been said in the last 5 minutes.
Can I have her question?
Nope, it's not Django. It's Rango.
Rango.
So the correct answer is Rango. Jeff did not get the ace on that, despite saying the answer.
Jeff is so upset.
I should get so many aces right now.
Getting them wrong is almost more worth it just for the reaction.
Your house is not Western enough, Jeff, for you to know so much about Westerns.
I love movies. I used to play the movie game in summer school when I was in high school. After I got hurt playing football, and so I had to retake a couple classes over the summer, and they were so boring and they were very long, and so all we would do is we would chain this movie game, and so I got really, really good at movie trivia. And that's my story.
Unfortunately, we also have a bonus question. This one you can all answer as a team, and if you get it correct, you all get a bonus ace. So right now, Jeff has the chance to win 3 aces, while the rest of you can get 2. Because I thought these questions would be easier than they were, apparently.
They're easy for some people, clearly.
John Wayne won his first and only Oscar for his work on this film.
You guys want to guess first?
No, go ahead, team captain.
Well, I'm typically
I'll give you a hint. Can I give them a hint?
Can
I give them a hint?
No.
Can I give you a hint?
Yeah, are you going to talk about Coen Brothers?
Remade not too long ago with a different actor who shares the same first name as me. That was a good, right, Steven? That's a pretty good clue.
Yeah, that would have been my clue, is that it was remade by the Coen Brothers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. With the lead
actor?
With John Wayne's role played by a lead actor who has the same first name as me.
The only actor I know with the name
the
Jeff
lead
is Jeff
role.
Bridges.
Exactly, and that's who the actor is. So let's go. Come on, you guys, get there. Come on,
Character's
team.
name is Rooster Cogburn.
Come on, team.
Jeff Bridges.
The only movie I remember Jeff Bridges in is Tron. So you guys can get no help from me.
That's definitely not it. But I would have loved to see John Wayne
I like that.
in Tron in somewhere in the 50s or 60s. That would have been pretty amazing.
All right, Jeff, put him out of the misery.
It's True Grit. It's True Grit.
There we go.
Oh, right.
I think Jeff earns a round of applause for that one.
The rest of you, someone's going to roll a 1 right off the effing bat, and I'm going to lose all of them.
We're going to lose all of them.
I forgot we all have that love.
Actually, we would gain an ace. Most of us would gain an ace for people rolling 1s now.
Oh, goodness. Tron Wayne. That's great. I like that.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Thank you for humoring me, and let's get into our recap. Throughout this campaign, the Tides of Rot, our outfit has been hired by a man named Corduroy Swill to rob a bank whose vault is overflowing with the Stainton family silver. What sounded like a straightforward job is in fact anything but. The bank is located in the heart of Dredge Upon Rock, a town ravaged by flood and disease. Rotters walk the streets in a sick mockery of their former lives. A vicious storm has been raging for weeks, flooding the streets, and to top it all off, an earthquake has ripped the town in half. The outfit is currently inside the Stainton estate, looking for their second vault key. One of their companions, I can't remember their name, was shredded by giant crabs in a wine cellar. Cadaver Kid picked up a new pet down there, a calico cat named Princess 3. 3 promptly lost his tail when an aggrieved bar dog lashed out at the kid. The outfit picked up another recruit that had barricaded themselves into the kitchen pantry, a strange ex-deputy that goes either by the name Curdles, Myrtle, or Medvin. They didn't seem too picky about it. From there, the outfit wandered into the ballroom where they found a pile of dead Stainton scions. It looked as if the family had barricaded themselves in before resorting to cannibalism. Munley Stainton was the sole survivor, but she was promptly dispatched by Bardog to make the room easier to search. Finally, the outfit wandered into the parlor, the last room to be searched on the ground floor. The parlor was rot black with mold, and the stench caused their stomachs to turn, but they knew the safe was here. Unfortunately, the combination they received from Dermestius Stainton was wrong. Pulling the safe out of the wall, they tried variations of the numbers until finally the door unlocked. The metal hinges squealed as a silver glow emanated throughout the room. As this door opens, you're all peering in. We see this white light coming out, reflecting off the lanterns. We'll say that you're not in the parlor anymore because you pulled the safe out of the wall. Makes sense that you're in the foyer or something like that. And there are some very low light coming from the candles on the wall. And you see that there is a book, a silver bound book. It's very finely crafted, delicate etching throughout all the casing. As you pull it out, it's heavy. This is solid silver. The cover's made out of solid silver. As you flip it open, it appears to be an album of family portraits. You see various Statons in all their poses, with elaborate settings and backgrounds and props, all trying to outdo each other with the most impressive portrait that's been put inside here. Portraits themselves are probably trash. However, this solid silver cover, worth at least 900 silver, easy. Along with this family portrait album, you find a folder of documents. There's all sorts of documents. There's newspaper articles, business documents, accounting sheets. As you start rifling through them, you see one article that actually looks somewhat familiar. You've seen this at the hospital, but I'd like to give it a reread. Hurdles, would you mind reading this article for us?
Yes, I can do that. Lost Stainton silver recovered. Long thought lost. The tree shore of the whaleman's might was recently uncovered by a sinkhole within the elder graveyard's tomb to our town's founder, Grayug Stainton. It would seem that the good captain spent the remainder of his life reclaiming the money so as to ensure that no dredge folk would ever be claimed a debtor or a fink. As is.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. I love that you read it in character. It's fantastic. I'm going to cut you off there for our poor people with audio only. Lost Stainton silver recovered. As is customary in rights of inheritance and by maritime law of pay, the whole of the chest has been entrusted to the Stainton family and Drog's great-grandson, noted philanthropist, patron of the sciences, and all-around paragon, Begrig Stainton Esquire. When asked for comment, Stainton spoke candidly. In more frivolous times, my progenitor would tell us that not one coin must go unspent, or that it must be returned to investors long dead. Bah! What good this silver shall do is a Stainton matter, and a Stainton matter alone. Solicitors will be shot. You continue going through, and you find a few more articles. The one with the Lost Stainton silver, it looks like it was cut out specifically, in those quotes were highlighted. There was pen underlining on them as if someone was especially proud of it. The next article that you all find is titled Remembering the Flight of the Whaleman's Might. Rockgut, Artham, would you mind reading this one for us?
Okay, you want me to do it in character or out of character?
If you do it in character, just the first paragraph.
Okay. I'll do it out. So, remembering the flight of the whaleman's might, let no dredge folk go without knowing the tale of our founding and the whaleman's might, a vessel unrivaled in maritime prowess which fell to the weal and woe of fickle fortune, with a trust of silver paid in advance by the good folk of Slackgaff by the sea, so hungry for their bounty. The steadfast Captain Draug Stainton and his crew set sail to earn the glinting coins within their hull. But fickle fortune found them most foul. The storms upon the soundless deep rang with a rancor, a tempest cacophony which saw them wrecked upon the rocky shores down Scarperous Bay way. Waylaid, and without their prize, they pulled what they could from the darkened waters, and from their efforts was born our provident providence, dredge upon rock. No debt was ever called upon to be returned, for tragedy and travesty are a whaler's lot in life. What coin was lost was deemed well spent, a price paid to birth new opportunities and see the lowliest cabin boy to the captain himself made equals in citizenry. Then there's a shanty.
And in this one, the lines about Captain Drug Stanton and his crew, those are actually scratched out with a pen so much that they've actually torn the paper. Along with these articles, you find other things that are quite interesting, especially to you all. Bank blueprints. These are actually engineering documents that show the layout of the bank, structural details, models of locks, and all sorts of security notes that have been made, things along those lines. So I'm showing you now that you have, you know what the bank looks like, and if there's any effort to force entry or to pick a lock, you will have advantage on that because of these blueprints. Along with this, you also find accounting statements, specifically of the Stanton family accounts. And there is a total of 44,682 silver in the Stanton vault alone. That's not counting anyone else's silver in the bank. It takes you a few minutes to go through all of this, but it's not hard to parse. It's written in layman's terms, things like that. So you're able to spread it around, and those of you who are better at reading probably explain it to the rest. And you spend about 10-15 minutes going through all this. Now what?
So Arthur might have been the one doing some of the explaining, and as he explains the 44K, 44K. Oh.
44 ain't that big a number. It's just like two hands.
Yeah, but it's 44,000. So it's not just 44, it's 1,044s. And a little more.
Well, if you say so.
It's a lot. You can buy many a chicken to hang from your belt.
Oh, yeah, we can get pets with this?
Yep. Very many. Yeah, yes, you can. You can start a whole
that's amazing.
zoo. Yep.
Oh, a zoo.
It's like a place where you can keep your pets, you know.
New life goal unlocked.
A menagerie of all sorts of different menagerie. There you go. You got it. Well,
you're gonna hire a manager?
What? Oh goodness.
Is it gonna hire a manager for all the pets? That would be nice. Could pay him a lot.
Yeah, that does sound pretty nice. A manager.
Well, we ain't going to be doing any of that unless we get over to the bank and get into them vault. Right.
Well, yeah, it's going to be so much easier now when we got the map.
Well, we still got to get across that the water again. And one of ours, you didn't meet her. She died coming across the first time, so it's treacherous heading on back.
Oh, dear. We should not do what she did wrong. What did she do wrong?
Well,
that's a great question.
She tried to jump when it wasn't her turn. So I told her, don't mind him. He thinks I killed her. And I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't, right?
No, I didn't. Okay. I mean, believe me.
I won't jump before it's my turn. Like,
if
just tell me when and I won't do it before.
Well,
I ain't going to let them fall into water. I'm going to set them ablaze in the most spectacular way possible.
If I were going to do it, I would blow them up.
Well, see, there you go. You and me are thinking,
I just hit him with a hammer
on the same language. That's fun too. Get your hands dirty.
But I don't understand why we're jumping when there's the boats are on this side. We talked about that a bit, didn't we?
We can get down, but we got to head on down there now because we are ways away.
Point of order. You came to the Stainton estate looking for the second key, which you have not found yet. You have these blueprints which will help you pick locks, but it's still going to be difficult to do.
Yeah, I was going to ask that question if we ever found a key, because I don't remember. Okay, so then Rocket would say, but we might want to do a little bit more looking because we still ain't got that key. And judging from these here engineering schematics, I think, I got to tell you, this ain't my forte. So I don't know if I can, even if we get there and we ain't got no key, I don't know if I can sort it all out from this. So we still got to find that thing.
All right. So we're spreading out and we're looking for a key. Everybody take a room.
Well, I think it's the upstairs that needs to be checked. And I don't know that, when we separated, that's when we lost the Melissa companion number 2.
that sounds like quite
who's Melissa?
I'm not sure. It just came to me in a dream.
This place has turned into a very, very weird kind of a situation. And by the way, that was Stunice that died coming across. It was Melissa number 1. Melissa number 2 is downstairs.
Melissa's had a run of bad luck.
Oh no. Sorry.
All right. So we're not splitting up. We're staying together, but we're searching the rest of the house.
So you have searched the entire ground floor. And there is a double stairway that kind of spirals back that leads up to a second floor. I believe it was Cadaver Kid who climbed up and looked inside one of the windows. It might have been Melissa number 2. And saw one of the rooms was barricaded with rotters inside. So it looks as if some of the rooms have been sealed, at least one of them. And there is a rotter presence there. But the top floor you suspect is mostly bedrooms.
Well, maybe we just don't open the doors where there's a lot of banging as long as there's other rooms to check.
Save them for last, only open if necessary. Okay, that makes sense. Well,
I feel like my brain is hurting a little bit from that, and I probably should.
That's good, because it was happening.
Stop thinking.
The smoothness is starting to get all ripply and such.
I don't like the ribbly.
No, but that's a good thing. It means you're getting smarter. That's how it works.
We're upstairs, and she's got her rat rifle out.
Yeah, we're going up carefully now. Come on, Slim.
All right.
Go up carefully. This foyer is flooded. The floorboards are swollen. And the moisture has affected these stairs as well, so they creak with every step. It's unavoidable. But at the same time, you also know that there's probably no one else directly above you, because you would hear them walking as well. There's no doors in between, no walls in between. So as you turn the corner around the staircase, you see that there's a large, wide open walking area with 3 doors on either side. And then directly across there are double windows that look across the town, the city of Dredge upon Rock. Just from your previous exploration from climbing, that the door immediately on your left has rotters in it. And then there are 5 other doors that all look like bedroom doors. They all seem to be in pretty good condition. The one on your left doesn't appear to be barricaded or anything like that. You could tell the rotters were trapped in there, so you would guess that door is locked, which might lead you to think other doors are locked. But there's no way to tell until you try.
Start with first one on the right and work our ways around the like.
Sounds like an idea.
All right.
I've got my gun.
I've got mine.
Spit, whistle. Let's go.
All right. You start going through. And I'm going to go ahead and just narrate a couple of these rooms here. As you go through the first bedroom, you open it. It's unlocked. And you can tell that it looks like there were people that were holed up in here. There's furniture off to the side that looks like it was moved out of the way, and it's ready to be moved back in front of the door to make a barricade if necessary. But there's not too much of value. You go through, you find a few odds and ends, nothing really worth taking. Also, nothing of value. If you remember when you searched the dead bodies in the ballroom, most of them didn't have much of value either. It appears that if there was silver spread out among the many Statons that lived here, it's all been picked over or consolidated somewhere else. You go through the next bedroom, same thing. It looks as if people were holed up in there and they have since vacated, which kind of makes sense because you found a lot of dead Statons in the ballroom. It makes sense that they had somewhere that they were holed up. You're likely finding the quarters they were staying in. The third room you go, you check on the right side, is actually locked. You put your ear to the door, and you do hear scratching. Not scratching on the walls or anything, but almost as if like something is being dragged across the floor. And as you wait longer, there's a rhythm to it, like a step. A step, drag, step, drag. You feel pretty confident there's someone in there or a rotter.
Is there any chance that this house is a little bit old style where perhaps there might be something to look through in a keyhole or a little hole in
Give
the
me a luck test.
handle
We'll call
of
it a
the door?
DR10.
All right. Let me see about this. I do
You better
have a
not roll a one.
positive.
You better not
on
roll
my
one.
luck. I did not roll a 1. I rolled a 6. So it's a 7.
All right. So you go to look through the keyhole, and it actually is an older style where you should be able to see through the keyhole. It looks as if it's jammed by something. It's just dark.
And she'll just kind of turn around and just shrug.
Yeah. Well, Diver, you could take that sledgehammer of yours, just kind of smack that handle down a bit.
Oh, yeah. Let me switch between my gun to my sledgehammer. Are you guys all ready with your pistols?
Yeah, got you covered.
All right.
All right. The door's locked, so you're trying to sledgehammer the door in?
I'm sledgehammering the door in.
Give me a grit test.
You got
we're going to
it.
say that you'll break the door no matter what. If you're successful and you decide to start a fight, you'll all get the top of the initiative with the ambush. If there's a fight, then you'll get the bottom of the initiative and you're unsuccessful.
19 is unsuccessful?
If you're unsuccessful, is what I meant to say.
No,
I had my
but
words
you see,
backwards
I'm
'cause I talk
rolling,
good.
so
Yeah, you're rolling, so you're going to succeed.
it's a 19.
All right. Describe it. How are you going about this?
Just like when I worked at a factory before I figured out what animals were.
You take the sledgehammer and you
just take it down.
bash through. The head of the hammer hits the lock at the perfect place. The door violently swings back, smashes, incredibly smooth. The rest of you are able to move in quickly, and you see that there are some rotters in here, only one of which is actually walking. They appear to be in a rather poor state. Many of them have been battered and bruised and broken. Even the one walking has a leg that is twisted and broken, and he has to like drag it behind himself before he is able to pull it up underneath, take another step, and then it like falls out from under him. When you break in and move through, they all turn and look towards you, but you have ambush here. You moved in quick enough. So let's go ahead and say who's attacking first. It's not going to be Cadaver Kid because she's got the sledgehammer. So Bardog, Rotgut, or Curdles.
You can go ahead, Bardog.
Yeah. I'll use my long rifle.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack. It's going to be an easy shot, so you don't need to just roll damage.
Right. Yeah. Make sure I have the right dice. Oh, that's not the right dice. No, I got a 9.
9. Crack of the rifle. Bam! It echoes through the house. The standing rotter immediately falls and crumbles. You've got a splatter chain going on. Roll damage again.
Okie doke. Second one's a 4.
bam, crack again. You just keep cracking that rifle, headshot after headshot. Go again.
Okie doke. 6. Yep, you're muted.
Oh, of course. Crack of the rifle again. Third headshot. You go through and you just clear this room immediately. All the rotters that looked like they were a threat are immediately put down. You look at the other rotters that are kind of still twitching. None of them appear to be in good enough condition to move, let alone attack. You can keep shooting if you want, but you've put down all the threats in the room.
No, I'll save the ammo.
All right, just like that. Cadaver Kid, you bust down the door. Bardog swings in. Crack, crack, crack. The room is cleared. As you're looking through, you see that this is a master bedroom. I appear to have very fine furniture in here. This was likely the master bedroom, if not one of two. Probably where the patriarch of the family stayed, Begrig Staten. As you're looking through, there's the 4-post bed with the canopy over it, all sorts of dressers, a nice closet, which is actually rare for this time period to have a closet. Normally it would be like an armoire or something like that, or a wardrobe that keeps clothing. So to have a closet that you actually open the door to is like an expense that most people can't afford. And you can just tell immediately that there was a lot of money poured into making this the finest bedroom.
Okay.
Clearly, we're going to examine all the
Split
drawers
up.
and everything.
Start looking.
I'm gonna look for some cats. They might have more cats I gotta rescue.
Maybe in that there closet right there. See if they're in there. I'll check out this dresser over here.
Oh, gotcha.
Who has the best wits? And I think it's Arthur.
I think it's me. I think it's still me with 1. I have a 1. But in this group, I'm a genius. Like, that's the thing.
Roll wits for me, Arthur.
Okay. All right. Do I have a difficulty? Just normal
You do have
12.
a difficulty. It's 10.
I did roll a 12 though. I'm 11 plus 1, 12.
You all fan out. You start rifling through drawers, going through the closet. There's a lot of clothing in here. You start going through all the pockets, looking for anything of value. Again, nothing really of value. The clothing itself could be valuable, but it's probably not worth fencing or taking just because it's bulky and not going to be valuable enough. You go through the furniture itself is pretty nice, but again, that's not something that you pick up and take. There's things that are better price. It's kind of a letdown going through this house, not finding much of anything. And then Artham, as you're annoyed and frustrated, you realize that there is a strange indent on this bed with the canopy. It's 4 dots, indents in a square, and you look over and you see a chair that would seem like the chair legs would match perfectly on this bed. You pick up the chair, you place it on the bed, and the bed's rather firm, so it doesn't wobble much. And you also see that the canopy itself isn't really attached. You can easily move it out of the way. You do so, and you see above there is actually a hatch that looks as if it goes up to a 3rd floor in this house.
Well, I'll be. Looky what I found.
Found the ceiling?
More cats?
No, I found a hatch that goes up. Oh my goodness!
Cats? It kind of sounds like cats.
He tries to get someone to take the canopy top from him so he can open the hatch. And then he's gonna like holster. He'll holster like a spit. He'll have whistle out, and then he'll like open the hatch with the like one gun ready. All right, everyone, be ready. We don't know what's up there.
Oh, let me switch to my rifle then.
No, I did now. No, oh yeah, that's fine.
All right, you get on the chair. The canopy's out of the way, and you are able to reach the hatch. And you twist a little lever. And then it slides down. Actually, it's well oiled and it appears to have a spring. It doesn't like fall down. It just smoothly goes. And then as soon as it hits like this 35-degree angle, a ladder slides out. Again, very smoothly, not very fast or anything like that. It's
like
well oiled, well
Chase
maintained.
Christmas Vacation. It just slides down, smacks me in the face.
Hits him in the
It
forehead.
does not smack you in the face.
Okay.
It comes down very gracefully. And you all see that it leads up to another room that's actually fairly well lit. There's light up there. As you listen, you hear rain on glass. You hear the drops, heavy drops of rain hitting glass like windows. And you hear a soft squeaking as well of wood on wood, maybe.
All right. Well, that's peculiar.
Maybe it's a rocking chair.
Maybe. All right. Cover me. I'm going up. And he will, like, gun ready. He's got one of them out, carefully kind of gunning up, looking as he does. When his head like reaches the point where like it would come through, he does like a 360, like with it as best he can before continuing up.
You come up to find yourself in a conservatory. It's got actually quite a bit of life up here. There are elegant sloping glass walls and ceilings, and several fruiting peach trees. And it actually would be a like pleasant place to be, but then the smell hits you. This fetid smell, and you look around and you see a dozen bedpans that are all soiled and contaminated, all put into corners, some stacked on top of each other, all incredibly full. You look around with your 360, and you're in it's an L-shaped room, and you're in the thinner part of it. You see that there is light coming from the distance. There's several candles over there, and that appears to be the sound as well. As you look through past some of these gardens and trees, you do see what appears to be a rocking chair with someone in it, just gently rocking back and forth.
So he'll like motion quietly with his hand to like wave whoever's below him up, our dog or whoever. And then like as they're coming up, he'll be like, hello there. We come in peace.
Well, it's about time. It's been so long. What am I paying you all for? I've been hiring these servants for years and years, and I've never had to deal with service this bad. Have you brought the meat and the wine that I've requested days ago?
Sure, we got everything you need. Don't worry. And is it Berrig?
Begrig.
So Begrig, like we got everything you need, Mr. Begrig.
It's Mr. Stainton to you.
I apologize, Mr. Stainton. And he's saying it loud enough so that they can hear.
Maybe I would allow you to call me Begrig. Dr. Wittershins, he could have called me Begrig. He always told me how smart I am. He was the smartest. A very close association with Hope Toss University.
Oh, goodness. I think y'all might want to get up here. Okay, we're bringing up everything you need. No problem at all.
Yep, sit it right there in the corner.
Everything.
Go ahead and take out the bedpans. I'm sick of smelling it.
Okay. How you feeling there, Mr. Stainton? Feeling any ill effects going on?
Let me go ahead and show you this picture of Begrig Stainton so you all can see what you're looking at here. He's an older man. He's got thinning hair on top, kind of in a comb over there. He's got some teeth that just stick out as if the lip just won't cover the bottom half. He doesn't appear to be too rotten, but he probably is affected a little bit, but not in the late stages. Well, I feel quite fine. People tell me all the time I'm as strong as an ox. People tell me that they're the strongest person. I'm the strongest person that they've ever met. I'm quite strong, quite healthy, physically fit. I could move anything I want. I would say it's from the bloodline. People tell me all the time, Begrig, you have the best bloodline. It's an immaculate bloodline. And it's true. Draug Stainton, my great-great-grandfather, he founded Dredge Upon Rock. And people tell me all the time that Draug was the best Stainton, aside from myself, of course. And Draug built this city, but people tell me that I'm the one who made it prosper. They say it all the time. And no one has ever done anything close to what I've done for Dredge Upon Rock. Before me, the city was nothing. It was full of criminals. There was crime everywhere. You couldn't even cross the street. One day, people asked me for silver when I was just getting the newspaper, but now that I'm in charge, crime has never been lower. And that's all because of me. People tell me all the time that I'm the best Stainton.
Where's your wind-up key at? That was quite a mouthful.
Oh, the key to the bank. It's a beautiful bank.
The wind-up key.
An impenetrable bank. I own the bank as well, as much as this house. It's a beautiful mansion. People tell me all the time that I have the best mansion. They say, Begrig, if I had a mansion like yours, I would never leave home. And it's true, I don't leave my home. Why would I? The mansion's impenetrable. People tell me all the time that my mansion's impenetrable. Unless, of course, someone has a cannon, in which case they'll probably penetrate it.
I'm not seeing any cats up this hatch. I was promised pets.
No, I'm allergic to
peaches,
cats.
Maybe. Are you? Okay, yeah, of course.
I'm still very healthy in every other way. People tell me I'm the most allergic to cats. No one's been more allergic than I am.
Is there a window that opens in this conservatory?
There are a ton of windows. Whether they open or not, I think most of them would be like structural because the entire thing goes around. As you start moving in, you would see that there is a doorway that leads out of the conservatory. And you would see that there is a metal staircase that kind of like spirals up to another landing even higher than the glass.
While he's having his monologue, Bardog's just going to be dumping the bedpans out on the roof below.
All right.
You're actually going to take care of the bedpans?
Bardog would rather deal with shit than listen to this man talk.
Fair. That's totally fair.
You open the door and the wind immediately starts howling. The rain starts coming in and you start throwing some bedpans and the wind kind of pushes them back in. You start trying to get the angle as best you can.
No, that's not nice.
You're doing the best you can, but it's harsh conditions. The whole time Begrig continues to talk about himself.
Mr. Stanton, we come with...
Mr. Stainton.
Mr. Stainton, we come with very dire news. The city has fallen completely.
Oh, I have all the best news. I own the newspaper. Dredge upon Rock Times.
The newspaper is destroyed as well. It's overrun. Everyone's dying. All the homes are broken down. We were come to get you out, right? A person such as yourself, we have to get someone so important. We got to get you out of here. You're too important to not get out alive. You understand, Mr. Stainton?
But I have the best mansion. It's the most beautiful mansion. It's an impenetrable mansion.
Well,
no one can get in my mansion if I don't want to.
We're going to make you're going to get an even better one next time, right? We're going to find a new town and you're going to do it even better.
Will lean towards Artem. Are you sure we can't just shoot him?
No, maybe. Calm down. One sec. I'm trying something here.
He's been going on and I can't follow all these confusing words.
We don't know where the key is yet for sure. So until we do, we got to keep him alive. If we shoot him, we can
check his... No, all right.
But if it's not on him, then we're in a little bit of trouble.
Princess the Third might give him an allergic reaction at least. It might be funny.
Curdle's just like kind of like elbows Cadaver Kid and she's kind of like spun her rifle around. And so she's just sort of like walking around on the other side and she's got like the butt end of the rifle up and she's just waiting. Like she's just kind of looking and just nodding and
Mr. Stainton, we're going to need to get you out of here. We're going to get you over to the vault. We're going to get all your silver out. We're going to go and we're going to start a new city, a better city with a bigger mansion, more impenetrable.
No, people always ask me, they tell me that I'm so rich and I'm so smart. And they always tell me, how can we be as rich and smart as you? You're the richest and the smartest person that I've ever met. And I tell them, first I ask them, do you have an account with my bank? And if they say no, then I tell them to fuck off. But if they say yes, then I'm happy to share my secret. I'm not a greedy man. I'm not a selfish man. If they say yes, I ask them if they have an account. And if they say yes, then I give them the secret to my success and how to be rich. And it's so simple. It blows their minds, their simple little minds. And they realize how smart I am. And the secret is that you put silver into the bank. When you get silver, you take it. you spend a little bit on food and clothes, and whatever's left, you put it into the bank. And the rule is that you always put silver into the bank, and you never take silver out of the bank. Silver goes into the bank, and it goes into the bank, and it makes you money, and it makes me so much money. I have so much money, but it never comes out of the bank. One more try. Silver never comes out of the bank.
No, I understand. Absolutely, I understand. We killed some folk outside the mansion that were trying to get in to steal your key. Is it safe? Do you have it safe? Is it safe?
Oh, the key to the bank. The bank is impenetrable.
I know, but is the key safe? Do you got the key?
Well, of course, the key is safe.
Are you sure?
Of course the key is safe. The mansion is impenetrable.
Have you seen it?
I keep the key in the mansion. Well, yes, I've got it right here. And he pulls it out of his shirt.
And I shoot him.
You see.
There we go.
All right.
We all shoot him.
We all do. It's like
We all
just
shoot him.
obliterate him.
We all knew what the signal was, so we needed to know where the key was.
Oh God, Steven.
Bagrick
I can't look at you the same anymore.
However, he does have the ability Jumpy, where he wins initiative first round. So as we all go into initiative here, he does go first. And of course, he goes into another monologue. People always ask me, they say, Mr. Staten, you're so rich, you're so smart, and so many people are jealous of you. They're so jealous of you. How do you do it? How do you protect yourself and all of your silver from so many awful people who do such mean things? And I always say the same thing. I say it whenever someone comes to the door. Every time someone comes to the door,
I can't mute him to stream.
I say, solicitors will be shot. And he grabs his double-barrel shotgun and pulls it up and blasts at Arthur, who said he was shooting first.
That's fair. Absolutely.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Okay, so that is actually a 10. I rolled a 4 and a 6 here, so that's a 10 damage coming from the double-barrel shotgun.
Okay, so I do have some stuff.
How much damage?
10 from the double-barrel.
Oh my God.
I'll go ahead and use my bowler hat and he'll shoot my hat off.
All right. There you go.
That's a lot
we'll
of
do
damage.
The luck later after.
Yeah.
Good gosh.
That is a lot of damage. So now, Rocka, why don't you go ahead and go first? You said you were shooting first. Go ahead and do your damage. It's an easy shot.
Okay. Oh, thank God. It exploded.
Yay.
Oh my God. It exploded again. Oh my God. It's doing it again. It's doing it again. No, that was out of the box. All right, 22 points of damage.
And people tell me that I'm the toughest Staten there ever was. They say you're the toughest Staten. And then, bam, how do you kill him?
I start shooting with the one, and I keep shooting, and then I pull the second gun out, and I start shooting Cadaver, whatever the hell Melissa's new character's name is. Just continue to shoot until he's a pulp.
And he
a
is.
few bullets in that.
And then I walk up and I just start beating him with the empty gun.
Despite what he claims, he was not the toughest Staten. He only had 4 hit points. So you are definitely doing overkill here.
You were that many hit points.
Oh God!
And you blasting. Bardog is like mid emptying a bedpan when the gunfire starts.
Yeah.
He's riddled with bullets. You bash him in. His key, however, is still safe and secure around his neck. You can look at it a little closer. It is it's shaped in like a ship's wheel, with a different key on each prong where the handle would be around the wheel, with a different cut of the key. So it looks like there's 12 different options that could be used to open doors.
Interesting. Okay. And we have the blueprints that you said had like lock mechanisms, so that might help narrow it down.
If you actually compare, you would realize that this is another security feature. Is that this key? 2 of these are used to unlock the second chest, but they have to be used in the right order. So you have to know the key itself to know which of those prongs are the actual correct key to be used.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
I'm glad that's over.
Yeah, that was
aren't
a
we
lot.
all?
What were you doing with all of the bed? Like, was it just bothering you that they
I was
were
just getting some fresh air,
to
and his diarrhea of the mouth was bothering me.
Did you realize
got
that it
some
like whiffed
feces
back
on your
in
cheek.
inside? Though it like the breeze took
You're
it.
starting to talk
back.
it. You're starting to talk Estating levels. I'm gonna need you to bring it down to like a 3.
You got some in your stash
Here?
there,
All right.
Bard. Yeah.
There's another floor above us, by the way, while I was dumping his mess out.
And
What'd
Bardock,
you find?
let me say that since you were the one who went out there and you were dumping it out, you would see that the metal stairs look very rickety. Especially in the storm, it'd be difficult to climb them. They don't look secure. They're kind of waving in the wind, and they look very slick. However, at the very top of those stairs, you see that it's like this is a maintenance access to allow access for like cleaning the windows. And then also at the very top of the house is a weathercock. And hanging from that is a shiny silver pocket watch. With every flash of lightning, you see that pocket watch light up.
Well, you see, I do have Slick Step from one of my past adventures in this town, so I'm going to try and get that pocket watch.
All right. It is very difficult. I want to warn you before you do. And falling means that you likely fall a good distance because you're going up to 4th floor here.
Right. Is there a grappling hook nearby?
We got it. We got chain. We can kind of extend the chain. Maybe give you some safety harness and such.
Yeah, tie it around my ankle, and then if I fall, you just catch me.
I can anchor you. Yeah, no problem. You
I'm
trust
fine with
me,
that.
right?
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah. You know what happened the last time, someone? Oh, never mind. Good luck.
We're rooting for you. You can do it.
You think you can bring that rooster back for me?
That looks like it's pretty attached. Honestly, I'll give it one tug, but if it doesn't come off, you're gonna have to climb up.
I'll appreciate.
All right. To get up these stairs safely is a DR16 slick check. You do have your skill, so take advantage on that.
Oh my. Okay.
I hope that rooster's doing all right in this rain.
The second one is a 16.
Yeah, nice.
All right.
Nice.
It's touch and go there. And there's a point where the chain kind of hinders you more than anything as you start like going around a corner. But there's also a point where you slip and that chain kind of catches. So you're thankful you had it. It gives you a bit more grit and traction that you wouldn't have had before. You reach out and you're having trouble seeing with the wind and the rain cutting into you. There's a flash of lightning that lights everything up, and you see a little tiny little flash of electricity that seems to like arc across this pocket watch as well. But you're already mid reaching out and it's too late. The wind pushes you forward and you grab it. You feel a little static shock as you grab it. Nothing that hurts you, but just the shock there. You yank down, the chain breaks and you pull it down off of the weathercock. And yeah, I said a naughty word. The rooster itself does not actually come down. You could make a grit check if you want to try and pull that down.
I was about to say, how firm is your rooster? I'll try.
All right. This is also going to be a little difficult. So it's going to be DR16 grit.
Okay. Do we have anything I could use for advantage? I do remember I have iron grip from when we first were in the rail car way back.
Got to get an iron grip on that rooster.
I was about to say, if this is an iron rooster, it seems like it's a match made in heaven.
That iron grip tug on that.
It is.
Gotta get that. Gotta rip that damn cop down. That's what you gotta do. Let's just go there.
It doesn't say what the weathercock is made out of. It does say that it's a bent iron fence, though, that you're holding on to. So I'll allow it. Let's go with the advantage there.
All right, let's see. DR16. Yeah. Oh, I got a 20.
Oh,
no! Nat 20?
That was an ace.
This is even better. I have to know nothing and I win.
Yeah.
All
I
my
think that makes
aces are
me
gone.
miserable now too.
Take that,
All
nerd.
right. All of those aces you worked so hard for are wiped out.
Yeah.
All
We
the
got
aces
the
Jeff
Does it
worked
lose
hard for.
all aces or lose an ace?
Well, I'm at rot
all
2, so I
aces.
lose them all. I don't know what level you're at. So for me, I lose them.
For rot 1, whenever another PC rolls a nat 20, you lose your aces.
Aces, plural. Okay. All right.
And it's like, and each level is like cumulative, right? You get all the effects.
Yes.
No.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Just because the second's the
then-
nat 1 and the third is the miserable thing.
Yeah, I've got the miserable thing, so I'm aggravated. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have the miserable thing yet, but I do lose the aces.
Well, the 3 is just that you have to spend an ace when someone else does. So
Otherwise, you become miserable.
I think
nobody
I
else
myself
spent an
lose
ace.
my
I let go
ace,
of the
though,
chain,
because-
let him die.
The rooster goes with me.
Brian, what does this look like as you're pulling the weathercock down?
We're gonna say that because we have a fire god in the group, once I grabbed the pocket watch of electricity, I became a lightning god. And as I ascended to my godhood, my iron grip ripped it cleanly off of its shaft.
You're like Quetzalcoatl now or something.
Raiden.
You pull it down as another flash of lightning happens.
Literally play Raiden.
The 3 of you below look up and you see his silhouette lit by the lightning. Then it turns back to shadow. And he's able to climb back down safely. I'm going to post the description in the chat for you of your stopwatch here. It is called the Morning Watch. 1 second here. Just got to figure out the quickest way to copy paste.
Good job going up to the extra floor.
Yeah, that was
Derek.
it was really slippery.
What does that say?
Maybe if you hadn't been throwing all the piss around, it wouldn't have been so slippery.
I think there's more rain than there was piss. Anyway, uniquely infused by lightning storm and the Satan curse, the timepiece hums and buzzes as if an angry hornet was locked within. Opening it unleashes a burst of arcing electricity, dealing 4d10 damage divided among all the creatures within 30 feet. If you roll a 1 on any of the damage, the watch must be struck by lightning before it can be used again this way. Creatures reduced to 0 or below appear dead, but awaken at 1 HP in 12 hours. Or 1d12 hours, rather. I am actually a lightning god.
You know that innately by holding it. The rest of you would not know the actual details of that. You would just see that he's holding a silver pocket watch that is buzzing.
You got my rooster.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little heavy, but it should hang from your belt all the same. I have fun.
Yeah, I'll just dump these gin pills. I probably don't need those anymore, and I'll just add
I'll take them.
Oh, yeah, sure. Here's 7 gin pills from page 26.
Thanks.
Gotta love Kipser keeping track of that.
She does that sometimes. She just randomly spouts like page numbers on things. I don't really understand.
She's our Deadpool breaking the fourth wall.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Bardog, you got yourself a fancy looking watch there. That's a nice looking timepiece.
Yeah, that'll be good to tell time with, I suppose. I'm gonna have to get a pocket to put it in. For now, I'm just gonna have to put it in my holster with my gun.
The rest of you seeing this would see that it is silver and it is likely very valuable.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you went and got it. This is no problem.
Oh no, that's fine. Finders keepers and all that.
We got 44,000 silver to get to, so I ain't gonna go splitting hairs over a tiny little watch.
Can we?
Okay.
We good to go to the bank now?
I suppose, unless there's anything else that we need to prep.
Gotta find my hat.
So what do I do for the hat thing? It's the first time I think I've used my hat.
Yeah.
Think
So
it's luck?
roll luck, and you get a +1 on this because of that hat being high quality.
Could have done this before he went up and climbed to get the cock thing, so I would have had my aces on this roll to re-roll, but now I don't. I get a +1, you
would
said?
have happened then, so you would have had it.
17 minus 2, because I have a -2 luck, is 15, +1 is 16.
You only needed the 12. So you're able to gather the hat, and it is relatively undamaged. It took a little bit of buckshot, but it looks like the shot mostly went high. So you're able to keep wearing it and using it.
Okay. There's like a tiny little hole at the top, I think.
As you are looking for your hat as well, you're going to see near Begrig Satan's body in the rocking chair what appears to be a pile of blankets. But as you're looking, you realize that the blankets, they're shaped a little funny. And you just lift the top one off, and you realize that they're piled in a way as to hide a pile of silver. There are silver bars here, a pile of silver coins, and entire set of silverware made out of pure silver. This is a small fortune here.
Was he eating that?
Eating the silver? No.
Do they got teeth marks on it?
I would say from this pile, there's not much that has teeth marks now.
Okay.
Should we just divvy this up?
Okay.
A little bit to everybody?
Yeah, I think we can do that. That makes sense.
Otherwise, it's a lot to carry.
Actually going to be a lot to carry, and it's going to take a couple inventory slots. There are 10 silver bars that are worth about 100 silver each. You can put 5 bars in a single inventory slot. So that's going to take 2 inventory slots. 200 silver coins, only take 1 inventory slot. And then 200 worth of silverware, which also take 1 inventory slot.
I have 1 spot open in my pockets.
I got 3 pocket spots open, but I'm happy just to take 2 bars.
I have 22 silver pieces, so I can mingle in some of the silver into that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pile.
You can put all 200 in there.
Yeah.
So it'd be about 50 silver per person, and then 2 people get 3 bars. The other people get 2 bars. I'm fine with taking 2 bars.
Okay.
Well, I can hold on to the silver until we go somewhere where there's pockets abound and we can split it up.
All right, I took 3 silver bars and I just shoved them down my pockets. It's pretty bulgy.
Yeah, but you see, I got a rooster, so my giant cock is a bit better, I think.
What? Yeah, and this weather vane is like as wide as your torso.
I'm real sorry.
Oh,
I've just got to drug this all the way down.
Oh, goodness.
We have plenty of pocket space between us for all of the silver and more.
All right.
Yeah, it sounds
You're starting to get bogged down a little bit with all the medical kits and silver bars and everything. Starting to feel a little more sluggish.
Okay. We'll see how that goes. All right, we got to figure out how we want to get back across the city because we got the key. Like, do we want
a man like this has to have his own private boat yard somewhere nearby that wouldn't be a
but that's the thing. It's got to be all the way down south where we came, because like that little river thing, because that's where like the split in the earth came, right, Steven? Right. So it's not like an actual river, right? So so that means we got to cross all the way back down the city. You know, we got to go back the same way we came, past the hospital and such, all the way back down. And then you know what happened when we were on the water? We almost lost that one other lady that we ended up losing anyway.
Yeah, and we're weighed down more.
Well, I think we're going to have to do it because the other option of jumping ain't even good for even my smooth brain.
But if we're careful about it, maybe we bring something, maybe we look around here for some planks of wood and kind of carry them with us, get across, because that's right next to the bank, right? That way across is like right next to the bank.
I don't know that I can carry much more than this.
Are we not far enough north that we might be able to just go up and around? Is there not sort of
That's what I was wondering.
A cross over the chasm where we might be able to just... We're almost that far north already.
We don't even know how far that chasm goes north, though.
I'm like, I know we have the map, but I feel like in game we would have no clue.
So I would say that you would know that there is another, not natural bridge, but sort of bridge where the train station crumbled, and there was a lot of like containers and train cars and things like that all fell in, and the water did not rise over that. However, that is just as treacherous to cross as the broken bell tower. It's a little bit lower, so you don't have to risk falling as much. But it's very uneven footing. It's still difficult to cross. So you basically have two sorts of bridges there. If you want to go further north out of town, you can always go further, but you were also warned that this curse affected the wildlife around. And you were told specifically that leaving on foot or on horse should be an absolute last resort because things are so dangerous out there.
I mean, it seems reasonable that maybe when Bardog was up on the roof and all of that, that maybe he could have seen this crossover area.
I was wondering if we could see it from the conservatory too, since it's the third floor.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that you all would know about that crossover near the train station, the Rockletner station.
Well, I guess the question is, we want to brave a place we ain't been before, not knowing what kind of dangers we're facing, or do we want to brave a place that we've seen before, kind of know the lay of the land, know how treacherous it is? I don't know.
And I think distance-wise, it's about the same. Because you have to go a bit further north to cross by the train station compared to going south along the way. So,
which one do we know the layout for already?
Well, that we know that the clock tower that kind of crashed over.
Oh, I thought, okay, I was thinking other things.
It's where Stunice died, remember?
Yay.
When gravity betrayed her.
I was thinking we were comparing some other things.
Oh, yeah, you're all about comparing things now. Suddenly, I understand.
I personally have not crossed at the place that you all crossed, but since the three of you are aware of that particular location, then I would be okay following your lead there.
Just make sure you got steady footing.
Mm-hmm. I will not jump until I have been told I can jump.
That's a good lesson to learn in life.
If only that friend of yours had learned that lesson before her demise.
Mm-hmm. We wanna crisscross and jump over the damn watchtower.
All right. So we'll kind of break it up a little bit into the travel. You have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 city blocks to get to the tower. And I'm not going to roll for random encounters here because you've already been through there. However, you will notice that rotters are congregating en masse. You saw big groups of them before, 20, 30 at a time. Now you're starting to see groups of 50 plus. And they all seem to be heading towards you. No matter where you are, in this city, as you move through blocks, they all seem to naturally head the direction you are headed.
We know that they're attracted to silver, or we don't know in game?
You do know they're attracted to silver because you're feeling attracted to silver.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were allowed to make that leap or not. So I don't know if y'all can smell it or not, but this silver has a sweet smell to it. It's very faint, kind of like honey. But we're kind of walking targets. Not that we can do much about it because we want to become rich, but just so you know.
I could drop a few coins here and there, waylay them.
That might not buy be a bad idea. We've got. I'm not sure if the amount makes the smell stronger. So, like, I'm not so sure if that little bit of smell over there would overpower the real big smell of all of us going over here.
Well, how many do you think I ought to drop in?
How big was the group again?
So you've found several groups as you're moving that are all 50 plus.
So several groups of 50.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
You could go ahead and throw my share of the 50 silver coins on the ground, and maybe if they each grab one or something, that'll get rid of some of them. I don't know.
Yeah, all right, I can do that. And if they keep coming, maybe I'll just kind of drop away, because if we're going for like that 4-4 stuff before, that's bigger than 2s, right?
Yeah, what's in the bank is way more than what we got in our pockets right now. That is true.
I will say also, as you all are discussing this, logically it all makes sense, but you all feel an innate desire to not do it. That's not to say that you can't. You all have control over your characters, but you feel torn and conflicted about it. Who all is not miserable right now? I think Cadaver Kid and Raka. So if you end up leaving the silver, you're going to need to make a wits test, DR12, to not become miserable.
But if I'm already miserable, can I just the
You're
tears
just
will
more
blend in with
miserable.
the rain, right?
Yeah,
Okay. No one sees me
stay
crying.
miserable.
Yeah.
Does it have to be any silver, or does it have to be like the silver we're carrying? Because ain't no way Artham's taking the silver blocks out of his pants and dropping them. Like, he's keeping them. But like, if someone else is doing something, that's their business.
I think if anyone leaves silver, you would still feel conflicted about it, knowing that you would want to go back and grab it.
Okay. So
this is gonna be a hard roll for me.
So Arthur will just say then, like, well, let's not get too hasty. We came here to get silver. Got ourselves some silver. We made it this far. We ain't lost anyone important. Let's just kind of keep our wits about us, right? All net negative of them, and see if we can get across and kind of give them the old slipperoo, right? They don't seem to know exactly where we're at. They just they're sort of coming. We just got to move quickly is all.
All right. I'll leave some of my rations behind and see if that does anything. And I still have 9 rations, so I'll throw 5 of them down.
Okay. You throw some rations, and it sort of does something. As you are moving on, you're watching the crowds behind you. None of them are specifically spotted you yet. You're moving through, the streets that you're able to move without attracting too much attention. But you're trying to lure them and slow them down to give yourself some distance between them. And a couple of them do stop and pick up the rations. You're looking at their motions. It doesn't seem that they're attracted to it. It's more that they are just going through the motions. Like, you spot something on the ground and you're picking it up. This is that same sort of muscle memory that they kind of are following. They don't really have this consciousness or drive. The only thing they're driven towards is silver. So the rations, they pick them up, they kind of mash them into their mouth. Their jaws, which are like rubber at this point, don't really even chew. The rations make a mess and fall, and then they just continue on with their patterns, slowly moving towards you all.
I'd say Curdles will probably just sort of drop coins like breadcrumbs along the way too. Just kind of throw little bits out and throw little bits out.
Okay.
She's already. No, never mind. Never mind. Nope, I don't do that. Forget it. She'll throw a biscuit or 2.
Okay.
If I might suggest, if you wanted to drop coins, maybe do a slick test to see if you could do it without other people seeing it.
That'd be fine.
If you did throw it, I would probably pick it up or something like that.
I got a -1 slick, so she'll just throw a couple biscuits and just keep them distracted that way.
Okay. You throw more biscuits, and you're distracting 2-3 of these rotters at a time. Not enough to really put a huge dent into the crowd, but enough that it causes a bit of a traffic jam. You throw the biscuits onto the wet, flooded roads. They immediately soak up this water, but they're not being swept away right now because you're staying in the higher parts of the streets. And you continue making your way through, and it takes a few minutes. You're going slowly, carefully. You're about halfway to the clock tower when you feel it in your bones before you see it, and especially before it hits. The air grows thick enough to throttle your throats. The wind starts howling like a chorus of banshees invoking the dooms, and the rain falls heavy, sheeting, relentless, unending, and another quake hits Dredge upon rock. I need everyone to make a slick check here. as you are trying to keep your footing and trying to avoid the buildings and rubble that starts collapsing down around you. It's going to be DR12. Go ahead and call it out if you succeed.
May I make it with advantage with my slick step?
I am good.
Yeah, I'll give you slick step.
All right. I also made
fail.
Yeah.
I made it again with a.
He did another
20.
natural 20, but we still don't have aces. So.
I got no aces.
Nat 20, you don't gain an ace, but you could gain a skill, I think.
That's
Can I gain earth powers? Can I make earthquakes? Can I be the master of lightning and earth?
You're your own enemy. You ground
That's
yourself.
true. I'll think of a skill. Come back to you.
Unfortunately, Melissa, I can't tell you how annoyed my wife has been with me in real life lately that I have killed your character twice in 2 sessions. But unfortunately, I have rolled maximum damage here. So you're taking 6 health as you are trying to gain your footing, and you duck. And just as you do that, a wall begins to crumble and collapse, and these bricks fall down and just start hammering you. How much HP do you have?
-2.
All right, so please roll well, but do a death check for us.
I should just have these rolls up all the time. I don't at the moment, so
Actually, you still have your hat, right? So you could. Let me see if it.
I don't
think this character has used their hat. Your previous characters that have
does
died.
this
Yeah.
character
Have
have
a
to block
hat?
all damage from a
They
single
should all
attack?
have a hat.
You
could have
started, you had
taken
like a
the-
police
started in
hat or
that.
something.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
you do start
Okay.
with that.
I will throw. Can I throw my hat at falling bricks? Like just
No,
in
it's
the
more
game
about you
sense,
dodging
like,
out of the way and you just lose your
sliding
hat.
Your
and
hat
leaving your
stays
hat
behind and gets
You throw your
crushed by
hat
it.
like
Yeah.
a Beyblade and you scream, "Let it rip," and it ricochets a brick away.
You throw your hat and the bricks just turn to dust when you throw
It's
it
like,
with
what's
such
his name?
strength.
It's like, what's his name from James Bond? You just like throw it out and it kind of cuts.
Odd
through
job,
things.
yeah.
Odd job, yeah, that's it.
All right, so
Okay.
you lose your hat. This isn't really a gunfire. Go ahead and give us a luck test to see if you can find it again. You just need the 12.
I would assume I can't find it again, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's a 7.
Okay. So the hat is buried under rubble. You yourself just barely dodge. You lose your footing and you go down to the ground hard. Your hat falls off. You see these bricks are they're wobbling and waving, giving you just enough time. You roll out of the way. You actually plunge into a puddle on the edge of the street, and that had just enough depth that as the wall falls, it hits the sidewalk right where you were just an instant ago. The bricks go flying. A couple of them do still hit you, but the momentum, you're protected from essentially lying in the gutter of the street. You pull yourself up, gasping for air as the water was above you for a second. You are fine, but just barely. That could have been lethal.
Everybody,
Oh, golly.
everybody okay?
You almost became moaning.
I
Myrtle
feel
instead of
great right
Turtles.
now.
What in tarnation was that?
I might ask for a hand out of this here
Hey.
puddle.
That's
Thank
what
you.
I could do for my skill.
Thank you, kid.
I'm gonna pick I'll come up with the alliteration later, but I want the ability to throw really heavy boulders really well, like Donkey Kong. I'm helping her out of the
Put
rubble by
Donkey
just
Kong. Just put Donkey Kong as the skill.
Okay.
That covers
All
it.
right.
Oh,
Just put an ing at
thank
the
you.
end.
Oh,
Donkey Konging.
oh wow.
You're good.
Or IN apostrophe. That's how I did all of my skills.
All right. So, Curdles, you are helped out by the heroic bar dog. As you all look around, you see that this has shifted the city once more. It was already looking bad from the previous earthquake. A lot of buildings were askew. A couple of them were destroyed. However, it could have been worse. A lot of buildings were still intact. Now, not so much. A lot of the buildings around you have collapsed. It looks as if it's fundamentally altered the landscape. A lot of even the street you're on has broken and become jagged. A lot of the floodwaters are like seeping into these new crevices and cracks in the earth that have opened up. So that gives you a little bit of a reprieve from the water for now. However, it's going to be difficult traveling, and there's no guarantee that places you have been are still there like they were before.
Right, I have a feeling something beyond our understanding has gotten rid of the clock tower.
You could be right. There are many a strange god out in the world that tries to, exact a certain amount of control over people's lives,
Yeah.
I feel like I really want a boat now. Like go back to my boating roots before I burned it.
The storm is still coming down harder than ever before. So as you all are talking, you actually have to yell just to communicate, just to be heard over the howling wind and the rain. And it's also difficult to see each other if you're more than a few steps away. Any sort of attack in this weather is going to be a tough shot.
Does lighting a lantern help in any way?
Honestly, you won't be able to light a lantern out here. The weather is that bad. If you lit one inside and brought it out, that might help a bit, but not much. It's just so much rain. The extra light actually might reflect off the water and make things harder to see. It's not going to do a lot.
Well, why don't we get to the edge of the crevice first and see, and we can sort out what the condition is, and then make a decision. Either north to the railway station or south to the boats. Stay close, though, because I can't see y'all.
Curdles will take out her spyglass. I don't know if this will help at all, but maybe.
I don't know. It's pretty hard to see out here.
Extends it out. Yeah, it's not helping too much right now, but maybe.
Okay, Marshall, can she see?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
You can't see anything. You extend it, and you. No, you can't see anything. Moving on. You start making your way through town, and like I said, this side of town has actually emptied and drained a bit, making things a little bit easier. There's a few points where the street is just destroyed. Where one half of the street is 10, 15 feet higher than the side you're on, and you find a different route. It's a little bit more circuitous, whatever the word is. You have to go roundabout a bit more than you would have normally. But you do make your way to...
It's pronounced circus tent.
Circus tent. Yeah, it's a little bit more circus tent to get there, but you're able to make it.
Exactly.
I'm feeling like Curdles where I can't pronounce words.
Whatever do you mean? I have excellent pronunciation.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You have an excellent pronoun station. Sure.
I do. It is so, yes, it's an excellent pronoun station.
I hope to see it someday. Now, why don't we get on over to the
I tried to see it with my spyglass, and I was unable to do so because of this damn rain.
It's terrible conditions, which is why we might want to hustle a bit. Yeah.
All right. Moving along.
Good news, bad news. You make it to the clock tower, the bell tower, and the tower on your side of the cliff is still intact, and where you left it looks like it didn't shift much at all. As you look across this chasm, you see that the entire western half of the city has lowered. The rest of the tower has crumbled and broken, and it's still there, but you honestly don't see any of the land. You see buildings rising up and poking out of the floodwaters that have now rushed through this town. It looks as if the ground is at least 5, maybe up to 10 feet below sea level here on the entire half, which includes the bank.
Well,
Well, I think I still feel like I need a boat again.
Yeah, I think it's looking that way.
Whereabouts do you think that there's a boat? Like all the way
to the south. Like right over there. We can't see it right now, but there's like a bunch of piers and docks and such. I thought you were from this town. Shouldn't you know where stuff is?
Yeah.
I've been hit on the head so many times.
You've been lying to us.
Oh,
I think she's from the pantry of this town.
Yeah, she didn't even know how to get out of the pantry. She locked herself in. I'm sorry. So first of all, out of character, out of taking off my GM hat, this is not me picking on you. I'm doing my Trump hand still. Sorry. This is I rolled to see which event would happen, and I actually rolled a nat 20, which shows the worst one. So another earthquake happened, and that's why everything on that half is flooded. So you start making your way through the field past Hope Toss University. This field has become a bog. It's very difficult to move through. The water goes up to your knee, all the way up to your hip at certain points. But you do make your way to Neatkirk's Landing. The docks themselves are in much worse condition than they were when you first saw them. When you sailed past them the first time, it looks as if this earthquake has taken some of them out. However, there's still some docks, and it appears that there are still a few boats here. Let's get a wits test from whoever has the best wits.
I wonder who.
Here I go.
Well, that earthquake awoke something in me, and I actually have a 5 in wits.
Wouldn't
Well,
that be
that's
nice?
illegal. You can only have 4, you cheater. And I shoot him. That's not good. That's a 6.
So the
Wait,
boats
hang on. Is
are
that a 7 or
crashed
a 1?
upon each other.
Yeah, it's a 6.
Or
8.
They're going to need some work to untangle or to figure out which one's the best. That's not to say that any of them that there aren't any usable ones, but it's very difficult to figure out which one will be the best.
Okay. So he's looking at. So I rolled a 7. I have a +1, so it's 8. That's what I was trying to say. All right. So he's looking out. He's like, well, I mean, that one over there looks. I mean, we might find something, and then then there's maybe that one, and it's pretty clear he has no idea what the hell he's talking about. Like, Cadaver, you know about boats, right?
Yeah. Stephen, the RNG after our train episodes were that I ended as a ship captain for a while. Could I try a roll with my -3 wits to see if I can find a good boat?
Just honestly, ridiculous to think about Cadaver Kid as the captain of a ship. Like, what the hell?
Well, that's why she went bust.
It's like a parade float.
Well,
it's
no,
like a
I
giant
went bust
rooster.
because my horse died and I burned my ship down in honor of it.
That tracks,
You
though.
gave yourself
that
a Viking
definitely tracks.
funeral?
I gave my horse a Viking funeral.
Oh, okay.
You could do that on like a rowboat. You have to do it on the whole ship.
Oh,
But with the
well,
wits.
it's not meant to be, I'm afraid.
All right.
That is a 3 on luck.
Okay. So this isn't the type of thing where you're just stuck and hitting a brick wall. It's going to be the type of thing
Arthur
where it
sits
takes
down.
a lot of.
That's it. We're just gonna live here now.
Sorry.
Yeah,
wait,
right.
till, wait till they come.
I guess that's it.
Come eat me, routers.
No, go ahead.
So the real danger here is that you're carrying a lot of silver, and it takes time to get these boats sorted. And as you're doing this, there are rotters that are piling up at the edges of the docks. It doesn't appear that they've necessarily caught your scent here, but you are working against time. So I'd like to do this as like an impromptu skill challenge. You all can decide what you are doing to help either defend the docks, to keep yourselves hidden, to get boats secured and untangled, or anything else. I'm going to have each of you roll. You feel free to decide what action you're taking. And if 3 of you get successes here, you won't have to deal. You'll be able to successfully get the boats before the rotters pile up so much that they overwhelm.
How far away are the routers in feet?
It varies. What do you need them to be? You probably find them in the right distance.
Okay, yeah. I'll defend the dock with my lightning powers and make sure far away enough from. I'm 30 feet away from the group.
Okay. It's gonna be fun. Let's do this where we do. I'll let you do Slick or Wits here. Slick to move into the thickest part of the Rotters, or Wits to try and figure out where they'll be going, where you can do the most damage.
They're both 0, so I'll just roll Slick because I have Slick Step.
All right. So go ahead, take advantage there.
Okay. Is it just a D20 roll?
Yep, D20,
okay.
And you're looking for a 12.
Right. I got a 13.
13. Okay. Go ahead and roll your 4d10 here.
Yes. 18 total.
18 total. All right.
I did roll a 1 on one of the damage dice.
Oh. That's great.
What does this look like?
We get aces.
No, it's on the damage
Not
dice.
No
on
damage dice.
You don't profit from the lightning god. The lightning. So because my movement's like uncanny, I'm just going. We're like the whole time that we've been traveling and doing stuff, I look like a drunken fist fighter. Like I'm just kind of wobbling about all over the place. And so whenever I get to around enough of the Rotters, I'm just going to like make a bunch of nonsense signs, and I'm going to try and scream loud enough so the group can hear me because I want them to notice my awesome lightning god powers. So I'm just going to scream "Why as loud as I possibly can as the lightning just erupts from my fingertips like an emperor.
Fantastic. And how much is your max health?
Oh, 5?
5.
Am I included in this?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's all creatures within 30 feet.
Oh,
so you all look through at
You're
Bardog.
a creature.
I thought that I was the user. Was it me?
As he holds up this stopwatch and
Oh.
screams for your attention in the midst of these Rotters.
Oh, this is so good.
Oh,
the
man.
lightning calls down from the skies repeatedly and hits the stopwatch and then ripples out in waves. Rotters fall down in mass. Dozens and dozens of them just collapse. And you see Bardog standing there for a moment, his hair on end, looking fried. And then he collapses in the center of the pile. Bardog, roll a d12 for me.
Wow, that was amazing. Wonder when he's getting back up.
I got a 10.
Right, so you become conscious in 10 hours.
Well,
oh no!
It was very brave of him to sacrifice himself for us. Maybe I had him wrong this whole time.
The instruction manual is poorly written on this. I would like to go back to IKEA and have the manager repay my health
points.
points.
Speak to the manager.
Oh, what a grave misunderstanding.
Are you sure?
I'll count that as
dead?
2 successes, though, because he did quite a bit.
Did you just see that explosion of lightning and
you
all
do that
them
with
things?
fire, don't you?
Well, I don't. I don't make myself on fire. I make other things on fire.
You push the fire away from yourself.
Yeah.
I don't. Are you sure? Okay.
I mean, I see no reason from here why I should think he is alive. I'm just saying.
That's fair. I wheeze from a distance. That's fair.
You didn't hear that.
I mean,
I don't understand. My chickens survive like way more than that.
Okay, we should definitely go get the silver off of him.
Get the silver that he's got. Exactly.
That fancy
That was my
watch.
thought. Go retrieve all of the things that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, well, I'm busy trying to pull these boats apart with grit and the fact that I can work a week straight, which means I got some pretty good endurance.
Nice.
I mean, I was helping you because I've got 2 grit and I was helping you, but we're going to take a little bit of a, make sure that silver doesn't get eaten first.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's stay on track for a moment.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Keep going with the skill check here. Cadaver
God.
Kid, you said you want to use grit to try and get the boats untangled, right?
And I'd like advantage because I'm used to doing endurance jobs.
Yeah, but is this an actual skill or is this just part of your backstory?
This both.
Both. Okay.
Skill that came from the
Skill
backstory
from the
stuff.
backstory. Okay.
Skill from the backstory.
Okay. Yeah. So get grit with advantage.
Thank you. Well, I'll be taking that first one, which is a 19 for a total at 22.
22. And I said with Bardog taking himself out, that counts for 2 successes. Cadaver Kid, what's this look like as you are going through sorting, getting things untangled, literally heaving boats off of each other? How are you really going about this?
So she's just like tying a rope from the mast and dropping herself between them and just like pushing with her legs on one side and her arms on the other. And for some reason, it's working.
Yeah. And you're going through and you're not like moving the biggest boats, but you're getting small sloops out of the way and you're moving broken dinghies off them. And you have a boat that's in somewhat usable condition between your grit and then the time that Bardog heroically sacrificed himself to give you all. So Raka and Curdles, you can both take actions here and you do not need to make skill checks for it because you already have the boat ready to go before the rotters are going to get you all.
Okay.
I feel like Curdles has kind of been behind Cadaver Kid this whole time, being like, I can help with you already I can help. Oh, you already got that. I can live. Oh, you got that. Oh, all right. Well, good job. Yeah. All right. And
Yeah, thanks so much for your help. It was really great. You did a lot of work for me.
Yeah. Rocket, should we just go?
Rocket's already over looting Bardog and seeing if he's alive.
I want the watch.
I have a medical kit. I have a doctor's
I want the
bag.
watch seared to my hand so he can't pry it. He can't pry it from my cold dead fingers because they're not dead.
Sure, I can. I can cut your hand off.
Do you have a knife? I want to see.
I'm a butcher cook. Yeah, sure.
Oh.
I'll shoot your hand off.
It's gonna be quite loud.
It's fine.
You got all sorts of options.
I use my teeth. It's fine.
Raka, you make your way well before Curdles because she's watching Cadaver Kid. And you go and you immediately see the pocket watch still in his hand, and it did kind of like burn his hand a bit. And you see that there's still little bits of lightning arcing about. And they kind of like arc across his arm as well. They dissipate before they get to his torso, but you can tell that there's still a lot of electricity built up in there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Does it look like he's alive?
Give me a wit test, and if you want to use a use of your doctor kit, you can have advantage.
If I don't want to do that, though,
you don't have to.
It's so funny, like.
You don't want to
you would ride my ass so hard now.
I know.
It's totally fair. All right. I'll take I don't need it. I got it on the first one. That's a 18. I've rolled 3 natural 17s tonight. That's the number tonight.
18. He looks dead. He looks deader than dead. But every time that lightning ripples through the watch, you see a little bit of a just ever so faint twitch in his torso, as if his heart just gives a little flutter.
Kickstart my heart.
Kind of looks to see if anyone's watching.
And then slowly puts his hand over top of Bardog's nose and mouth.
Thinks about it for a moment. Maybe he does it actually for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll take that watch. I'll take them bars. Call me a murderer. Okay, I'll be a murderer, you son of a bitch.
And then maybe there's like a little shock of like electricity.
And he'll pull his hand off. No, not yet.
But he will take the silver bars and he'll put them in his bag.
And you do get a little shock from the bars too. It doesn't hurt you, but it's enough that you touch it and then zap. And then when you touch it again, the static shock is dissipated. And yeah, you take the bars. I think you can see his character sheet to know how many he had. I think it was 2.
I think he had 2. Yeah. So
yeah, I had 2.
You can have
I
5 in a stack, right? Like you can have 5 in an inventory stack,
yes,
right?
5 in an inventory.
So that's perfect for me. So I'll take what I can carry, and that's what I can carry.
You taking the watch too?
Well, it's seared into his hand, right?
It burned his hand, but it's not actually like seared into.
I'll give him credit for that, and I will grab his ankle, and I will start without any care to make him feel comfortable. I will literally drag him with one, just from his ankle, head bouncing here, and then I will literally drag him over top of rocks as well, here and there.
Through the guts of rotters that have also succumbed to this lightning blast.
Barbecue.
Which also kind of like greases the slide for later. As you're doing this, pulling him, he's hitting his head on rocks. He's getting covered in these guts. The rain is coming down. He's going through puddles here and there. You see that the rotters are beginning to amass again. But with that lightning blast, you still have some time. But they're definitely still beginning to congregate in very big numbers. Curdles, you make it over as Rockgut has already like started to head back. He's already got Bardog, say, a third of the way back.
Oh, I can assist you. I can carry him. I assume if you're bringing him back,
No,
he's still alive.
He's something
alive,
close to it. He's something close to it. Yeah.
Oh, well then I got him. Let me throw him over my shoulder. We shouldn't be hitting his head like that. No, it's fine. It's fine.
No, he's a dear close friend of mine.
I know, and you
I
shouldn't be
feel
hitting his head like
obligated
that.
to take care of this.
That is, I got this. It's no problem at all. It's no problem at all. And she like pushes up her
Girls,
sleeves and like,
get the hell away from the body.
But you said he's
I
alive.
got it. I know, and he still will be when I get him on the boat. Now go help out Cadaver so we can get the hell out of here before another wave of them rotters gets here.
The boat's done. That's what I was coming over to tell you. The boat's
Well,
she did
then
it. She's all by herself.
quit your yapping and go pronoun station up on the damn boat and let's go.
Did you grab Bardog?
I got him.
Okay.
Got him by the ankle and dragging him.
And there's steps down to the dock, of course.
Bunk. All right. You all get loaded up into this small sloop. It's easily crewed by the five of you, because we'll say that you did remember to bring Slim out of the Stainton estate, who's been very quietly chewing on a turkey leg. And let's go ahead and get some more checks to see how well you navigate this boat. You push off from the docks just as these rotters begin piling forward. A couple of the more agile ones begin running across the docks just as you push away. They jump off towards you. You can tell that they can almost taste the silver in the air, but they land into the water before they're able to reach the boat. And you start pushing into the choppy ocean waves. So a reminder of how sailing works here is that one PC needs to check wits, one needs to check grit, and two need to check slick. So you all can decide how you want to split.
I'll do
grit. I'll do wits.
All right, I'll give you grit this time. I'll do slick.
All right, so Bardog's unconscious. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I can assist. I have geography. I can moan out latitudes and longitudes.
I literally. So what is wits? So what is wits like thematically? What are they doing?
All right, so wits is to find your way and navigate. Specifically through this area, as you're going through a lot more shallow water. So you're looking to avoid rocks in any buildings that might have sunk underneath that you don't run aground.
Artham's going to go to the front of the boat, which is how Artham refers to it. And he'll bring Bardog with him. He'll kind of fold him up, and then he'll sit on him to give him so Bardog is giving me something to sit on as I'm looking out and kind of call him back which way to go.
Well, you know what? Since Bardog's helping, take advantage of them.
Oh, there you go. Helping the team.
Okay. That's out of the box. Let's try this again. All right. That's a fail. Okay. That's a 19 on the second one. Plus one is 20.
19. 20. More than enough. You see that there's a lot of obstacles and a lot of shadows underneath, especially when the water is lower in between waves. That's when you're looking and you're spotting things the most, and you are able to navigate the boat. The question is, are they able to steer the boat properly to avoid these things? So let's go with grit here, and this is to steer specifically.
So that's me. I rolled an 11, which is a 13 total with my grit of +2.
13. So you just barely make it. You needed a 12. And you have the rudder, and it is pushing hard into you. And there's occasionally when you hit a wave or a break, the rudder pulls and then slams back into your chest. So it takes a lot of strength to maintain your course and to maintain this position without getting injured or without capsizing the boat. But you're able to do it. Cadaver
I've told
Kid,
everyone that I can assist. I have talents. I have skills. I can do things. I've got this.
Pronoun station quietly.
Cadaver Kid, you are managing the sails. So you're doing slick here to maintain the ropes, make sure that you continue with the right speed and everything.
Well, no, we're not. We're going to be at some awkward velocities with a 9.
9 total?
Yeah, I have 0 slick. My best is grit.
Roll a d4 for me.
All right, let's see what I break. That is a 4. Max damage.
We're going
He's
supersonic.
muted so he can laugh.
Supersonic speed. We are flying through the water.
Just a second. I need to roll some dice.
Oh, yeah, I really broke it.
No. It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
If we get
It's
thrown
like a
off,
minus.
I'm using Bar Dog as
That's
a
why I
life raft.
jumped on grit.
Yeah, no, it's all. I think Artem also has a negative slick. I realized.
I'm a 0. I'm a flat 0.
Oh, you're a 0 too?
Yeah.
But you're the only
But
one with a
wits.
bonus on wits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cadaver Kid, you are holding the rope for the sail, and you're loosening it to try and adjust. And just as you loosen the knot, a gust of wind pulls it, and it starts to pull you away. You let go, and the rope goes, but then it catches you by the foot, and you fall down on your back, almost falling overboard. You're halfway over, but that rope continues pulling you forward and drags you along the rail of this boat before it lifting you up. This wind is so powerful, it lifts you up and then slams you onto the deck of the boat again. You have lost 4 items from your inventory, and they are your straight razor, your 222 silver.
Whoops, sorry, guys.
Her 220.
One of your pistol slugs, and your 6 bottles of brandy.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I got rid of the medication that would have gone with those.
There's just coin pouring out over the whole entire ship.
My bag ripped.
It was you lose a random item for 1d4.
At least it's not the rifle.
Items. So rolling 4 items.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That could have been really bad.
Well, it's okay. All the princess, the third is okay.
You got the silver.
And my chicken
screeching in your pocket.
Grave Dancer's also doing all right here.
Do you got the silver?
Well, I got it saved in the water.
Oh, that's coming out of your share of the 44.
Well, I guess if I get still half of it, that's fine.
All right. God dang it.
And
wait, how are you getting half?
Well, because you go in from like 4 down to 2, because it was like a 2, and then there was a bunch of 4s in there. So you take that 4 and you take off like 2 of those fingers.
Oh my goodness, you really are alive.
Just elbows him in the face.
I was wondering when someone had asked me how I was doing the math.
Oh, I just assumed you had no idea what you were talking about. So, okay.
Well, yeah,
where are
there's
we?
2 4s, so everybody gets half of that 4, and then I get half of that 4 because you're taking the 2 out of the 4.
That is
People tell me that I'm the best at math. There's no one better than math.
You're dead. Shut your mouth. You're dead.
Bardog, give me a luck test.
Who?
Luck.
Oh, God.
16.
16. So as the sloop moves into the western half of the town, you start having to navigate between buildings. The taller buildings are protruding from the water. And you can tell that the ground underneath is still uneven. Some buildings come up higher where it looks as if there's maybe only 4 feet of water. Other buildings are completely submerged up to the second story. So it really varies how deep the water is underneath you. As you're moving through, fortunately, these buildings break up some of the wind. The weather is still awful. The rain is still coming down hard, but you're not being thrashed about in this boat as much. You also cannot sail anymore, so you have to start rowing, which fortunately gives you a little bit more control. You aren't having to worry about tacking or anything like that. It's much easier to go straight forward, and you don't have the wind pushing you across these streets. Sort of like you're moving through canals here. As you start switching over, you furl the sails, you pull out oars. Bardog, you start to come to. We're going to say that you're going to have... No, you're already miserable. So we're just going to keep it there where you just stay miserable from this. But you start to come to, you're starting to be conscious again. Maybe you're feeling pretty numb, maybe a little bit rubber-legged, but you are conscious and able to move and take actions. As you are moving through, you're north of the cannery here. You hear Bardog groaning underneath you, Rockgut, as you're still sitting atop him. And that's when the boat lurches from a massive thud. Rockgut, you've been watching. You know that there wasn't any debris underneath the water, and it felt like it came from the back. Everyone's eyes turn backwards, and you see a fin coming through the water and beginning to circle around. Another bam, and the boat rocks to the other side, and you see another fin on the other side, and you see these massive shark fins are beginning to circle around the boat. And that's where we're going to cut for the night. We will pick up with that in the next session as you sail your way to the bank. I was not expecting having to take a boat to the bank, but that's the way the dice roll.
They have a drive.
It's like Deep Blue Sea.
As a side effect, the sharks got smarter.
I was gonna say.
I don't care. I like that movie. It's stupid, but I love it.
Oh, it's so much fun. I loved it.
Yeah.
And
Like
whoever
frickin'
dies next
Samuel
has to play
Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson next.
That moment is so
Here we go.
freaking great. It's so great. We're gonna survive. We're gonna get out of here. Da-da-da-da.
All
We
right.
ain't.
Let's go ahead and do some shout outs. I'll get started because I get to decide who goes first. Join our Discord, y'all. Lollygaggers have a new Discord. It's a really awesome place. Kipser's cool, and she posts all the handouts there. So if you want to see all the newspaper articles that I talk about or any of the pictures, they're all posted in the Discord. Also, if you like weird Western games, I'm making my own. It's called Huckleberry. It's a lot of fun, if I do say so myself. It's very action-packed. Think Hellboy and Tombstone. And I'm running sessions of it on our Discord. Another reason to join. I've got 2 sessions this weekend, so go ahead and sign up for them. They're first come, first serve. All you have to do is join the Discord, click the thumbs up to join to accept the rules, and click the little cowboy hat to become a playtester for Huckleberry, and you can join the events then. Jeff, what do we have going on this week?
So no game on Thursday for Simbroom. We're taking it off because it is America's birthday. So we'll be back next week with more Simbroom. Our next game is Friday, where we're playing more Delta Green. Saturday we've got Call of Cthulhu. Monday next week we've got Alien, and then obviously we'll be back with this on Tuesday. You can also check out the YouTube page, Adventures in Lollygagging, for all of our other games, including Aaron's Warhammer 40k, My Fragged Empire, and a bunch of our past games as well. So yeah, that's what we got, man. So I got a raid set and ready. If are you done? Or do you have more quiz questions for us?
They tell me that I'm the best.
All right, I just went ahead and muted him to the stream so that no one has to hear that. Thanks for the raid, or thanks for watching. Thanks for the raid, Love Laughlin D. Everyone have a great rest of your night. We'll see y'all later. Bye bye.